I'm a psycho, ride the show, fuck the bitch all night though. Rub a bitch ass up like a gyro. You get hit with the CO2 pyro.
When I first saw this movie, I had to be about 13 years old. I was flipping through DirecTV, and we had the premium shit, like IMAX and HBO. I was at my grandmother's house. It was 3 a.m. and she was asleep. I was just surfing through the channels, and I stopped on this movie because I thought I saw Batman stabbing a homeless guy. I was about to turn it because I said, oh, Zack Snyder made this shit. I got to get the fuck. But it ended up being good and not Batman. Talking about American Psycho. This movie, I was never supposed to see it. Not even gonna lie to you. I was 13, it was 3 a.m. I was trying to see some American titties, not an American Psycho. But I'm glad I watched it because there is titties in this movie. So I saw titties and I saw a good movie. But I didn't understand what I saw at the time. But now I still don't understand all the way. But I know Patrick Bateman isn't a killer. He's a nobody. He is his apartment. He is his business card. He doesn't own possessions. His possessions define him. The 38 men's healthcare products that he keeps in his mirror, they are him. Those crunches that he's doing, he doesn't do it for him. He does it for the world. Well, actually, I kind of think he does do that for him. And I also think he might be gay. Let me explain. Let me break this down. So his relationship with his girlfriend, Evelyn, is meaningless. It's a facade because he's trying to fit in. That's all he does is try to fit in. And at first, I thought this movie was about you losing your personality while working a job, while working a 9-to-5. But 9-to-5 people have two faces. Patrick only has one. And something tells me he's been trying to fit in for most of his life and never knew who he actually was. And the way he treats his girl, he doesn't engage with her emotionally. He uses her as a prop to take her out to dinner in front of other people. He knows his girlfriend is cheating on him, but he says, I wonder, does she know that I'm cheating on her best friend? Why? Like, why are you even in a relationship at that point? Why are you in a relationship if you don't want to share emotions with your partner? He's cold, even to the woman he's having an affair on his fiance with. She's cold.
You cold. He cold.
And you never once see his girlfriend at his house. Why is that? The only girl that I think he might have had feelings for or liked is his receptionist, Jean. He invited her over to his house. He gave her ice cream. He pointed a nail gun to the back of her head, but he put it down when she said, would you like to make somebody truly happy? Then his girlfriend messaged him on an answering machine, and she said, I tend to get involved with unavailable men. Would you like me to leave? He said, I think you should leave. I don't want to hurt you. And I don't know if that's because he's afraid of commitment and he actually might fall for this girl. That's why he sent her away. But let's talk about his killings, his quote unquote killings. It's fake. He's a bitch. He ain't kill nobody. He wouldn't hurt a fly. At least I don't think. Actually, the only killing that might have been real was the black guy. He really stabbed the black guy and stomped on his dog. That's the only thing that I think might be true. Because at the end of the movie, you notice that he starts tweaking. He starts trying to put cats in ATMs. Hey, the ATM is not a trick. It's not accepting pussy, Patrick. What are you doing? But he shoots the old lady. He starts shooting at cops. And the next day he wakes up, no repercussions. That's how I knew, oh yeah, something is off. Was it all in his head? Of course it was. Because he takes pills. He has mental issues. He's an actual psycho. And I believe he pretends to be a serial killer and makes these little drawings like a fifth grader of titties and chopped off limbs because he has nothing special about him, no personality, no jokes. And serial killers are interesting. You'll notice that he said he has fun facts about serial killers. Did you know Ed Gein actually used to belly dance? I don't know if Ed Gein actually, I just pulled that off the top of my head. But he has all these fun facts about serial killers. Did you know Ted Bundy be smoking bunyan? Paul Allen is one of the major reasons why I think that Patrick Bateman is in the closet. We first meet Paul Allen, or see Paul Allen, when he comes into a meeting room that's full of Caucasians with slick back hair, wearing tuxedos, behaving in similar manners, except for Lewis. But Paul Allen comes in this room, calls Patrick Bateman Marcus. He gets his name wrong, but this doesn't faze Patrick Bateman. But when he gives his business card to another one of the coworkers, that's when it started. So they all started sharing business cards, which look alike, but Patrick got pissed off that Paul Allen had a better business card than him. He wasn't upset with the fact that he just got his name wrong. Notice that. It's the fact that he had a better possession than him, a better business card, a better looking business card in the eyes of their peers. That's what made him mad. That's what offended him. That's what offended him. My apologies. But this was very odd to me because he would end up killing Paul Allen because of that. And when Willem Dafoe, the imaginary detective that Christian Bale has in his head, when Willem Dafoe asked Patrick Bateman what he thought about Paul Allen, the person who looks exactly like him in a room filled with people that look alike, he said, "Oh, he's from Yale. I think he did that Yale thing. I think he's in the closet." I think that Paul Allen is Patrick Bateman.
Say what?
Let me explain. So Patrick Bateman was having these threesomes. How does that relate? Let me get to the point. He had 2 threesomes. That equals 6. 6! But the second time he had a threesome, he was in Paul Allen's house after he killed him. And at the end of the movie, he goes back to Paul Allen's place. And it turns out to just be some random apartment getting sold that Patrick Bateman has never been in. So was that description really what Patrick Bateman thought of himself? Because I ain't even gonna lie. Who has a threesome and is focused on themselves in the mirror and the camera angles? Nobody. I had a threesome and I was not looking at myself. There were so many titties and everything to look at. Like, I used to think that this man was cool for having a threesome. Not anymore. I had one. It was no biggie. Well, it was a biggie because both the girls was fat. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I just didn't expect my first threesome to be like 1,300 pounds. That's enough about me though. But Patrick Bateman, he's so self-centered to be looking at all this ass and you focus on showing your muscles. That's kind of gay. But my last point, I think, is when Lewis had got a better business card than Patrick Bateman. Patrick wanted to kill Lewis in the bathroom. He grips his neck, and then Lewis turns around and starts kissing his hand, and that stops Patrick Bateman from killing Lewis. That would have added fuel to the fire if it was me. But you saw this expression on his face. He was like, he was uncomfortable. It was almost as if he was battling with himself. And he says, "I gotta go return some videotapes." And that's the same thing he said when he was breaking up with his girlfriend near the end of the movie. His girlfriend was at a restaurant with him. He broke up with her and he said, I gotta leave because I must return some videotapes. What that mean? I don't know. But keep in mind, he said the same phrase when he was leaving Lewis and his girl. Did he use that in the other parts of the movies? I'm pretty sure. But for my point, I'm going to use it like that. But I think the thing that's the saddest is when his lawyer didn't care about his mental breakdown and mistake his name for somebody else. See, people confuse people a lot in this movie because they're all basically the same person. And at the end of the movie, Patrick Bateman, he doesn't find himself. His character doesn't grow, progress, none of that. He stays stagnant. He stays wishing the worst for everybody else because he's so miserable in himself. He has no purpose in life. He has no hope. It's really kind of sad. He's just an empty husk. I don't think a normal person can get like that, even though back in the day, he used to be a literally me character. But nah, this nigga's different. This handsome Squidward looking ass nigga, he's different. I don't think there's many people like him. And the people that are like him control the world, I think. Patrick Bateman lives in a reality where he really doesn't matter. He can be interchanged with any of his coworkers. That's why all their business cards have vice president on the card. They're all really the same. They dress the same. They all dress like they're in the most pussy mob in America. Meet the Pussiano family. Excuse my Italian accent, I'm working on it. But it's hollow. His existence is hollow. It's painful. And I never want this. I never want this for myself. That's why you gotta have a purpose. You gotta know who you are. Because you can have all the money, all the riches, and still be empty. Just like Patrick Bateman. I believe that's what this movie is about. Having these materialistic things, but they're not yours. They are you. You are your car. You are your apartment. Without it, you're nothing. Yeah. That's what I think. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm not even older than this movie, so I don't think I truly understand it all the way. Maybe I gotta watch it a few more times. But I rewatched it making this video, and it still holds up. It's still a good-ass movie, and it came out in 2000. Y'all go watch it if you have it, but until next time, I'll see you later. Love you. Peace.